bet you hear crickets and frogs, don't you? Maybe an 18-wheeler way off in the distance. Your distant past. More distant than mine. And what'll be both of our past is this full moon. Actually, it was full last night. I don't know the exact time. But it's pretty full right now. We do have a low thin cloud. Kind of. You can't really see very clear. But you can see the moon. And you can see it pretty damn clear. It's just a small little bit of cloud running over the top of it. Here I go spending all this time talking about the clouds impending full view of the full moon. Well, almost a mouthful. Whenever we got other things to talk about, don't we? In fact, that is one of the things I talk about. I've had several teachers and people along the way to tell me, just dive into it. Don't spend as much time talking about where you're at and all that kind of business. You can do that in the liner notes. Or let someone assume on their own, But sometimes, for some of the things that I like to speak about, I want you to be there. I want you to see how I'm looking at it. I want you to feel the way that I feel about it, at least for a moment. I want to transfer that to you because it's a great feeling. Sometimes, whenever I'm trying to describe something like that, it's like whenever I'm talking about it, well, it's because I've spent time thinking about it and go, wow. It's kind of like a scholastic turn on. I can think of other words for it, but it would probably get me and you both in trouble for using mine in public anyway, So, that feeling, the scholastic turn on, it's like when it's like a buzz. It's like when you learn something, you go, wow. Which goes into number 2, which is safety. I've been looking around, I went to the safety conference last week and it was just, I'm devouring this stuff. Everything about safety. Now, there's a lot of different things that you have to do. You have to have an attitude when you walk into something. And of course, or a philosophy. An attitude and a philosophy are kind of the same thing, just writ large, specifically in the case of the philosophy. So, what I've been doing is developing a philosophy, and I had some help with some old friends. It's kind of like, I wanted it to, I want to be able to get, it's like kind of like when I was talking about when I'm writing or speaking about things and I set the scene, that's the same thing. It's going in and having a specific mindset when you walk up to the game. Now, in the past, it's true that I have been, an OSHA instructor of like 10 and 30 hour awareness courses. They call them OSHA 10, OSHA 30. I've never done an OSHA 30 though. And I probably will not ever. Well, I don't say I will not ever. I may do that stuff when I'm older. Because I can get recertified. Yeah, I just don't want to right now. I don't have time. I have to go to Texas. But, a lot of people I've been watching lately, and one of my old friends hooked me up with a couple of people to listen to some of the new thought that's going into safety. It's called the New Safety. And, I'm just kind of diving into it. And a lot of what they have going on is putting forth a state of mind. Why look at it? Just exactly what I was talking about earlier. They're trying to get you to look at it in a certain way. They're trying to get you to understand that safety is really not something separate. I mean, it's a part of everything. It's a part of your whole operations. In fact, I had a friend, he's calling it SRP, which is safety. SRP. I forget what it means. What does it mean, Brad? SRP. Anyway, we just call it SRP. And of course, it's I know there's safety and productivity. What does the R stand for? Well, it has to do with the machines. I guess it's okay to be lost, isn't it? We're gonna leave it alone right now. But what the whole philosophy that SRP is trying to do? What does the R stand for? It's not resistance. It's not refinement. But anyway, what the whole philosophy is trying to do is trying to, at the end, create less interactions between the human and the machine, between the operator. Reliability, safety, reliability, and productivity. Whew. There we go. Then, of course, I forgot what else I was talking about. No, what I did. So you're getting safety. You're building a safe, reliable, productive system that you know, that you're not touching this thing. You're not interacting with the machine much. You're having it do what it has to do, but you're having your people do what they have to do around the machine. It's kind of like this machine that makes the widget that you're making has this big steel box all the way around it. And you have very, very, very few interactions with the thing. Because the more interactions you have with the machine, the more interactions that you have, well, the more that you're going to have an opportunity to have an accident, to be injured. One speaker that I was listening to, that my old friend had recommended to me, his name is Todd Conklin, Dr. Todd Conklin. And, you know, he said several things that just made me go, yeah, sheesh, yeah, there you go. And he was talking about the Volvo, and he was talking about how on a flight somewhere he had read that in 2020, and this was probably like either 16 or 18, he talked about this. I was listening to two speeches, but I can't recall. But either way, it's right here. Volvo's going to have a fatality-free car. Now, that's for the occupants, as he so eloquently points out. But think about that. And then, of course, he started, he dove in deeper. And, of course, he started comparing the industrial safety people to the car safety people. And their philosophies were different. And here's how it boils down. It's that the car people, they knew there was going to be accidents. But they tried to make the worker as safe as possible from it. The steel box we were talking about. Around the entire machine. Okay? So, anyway, I like that steel box around the machine. I can sit there and look at that and go, yeah, that'd be cool. It's probably undoable because the machines get hot and whatever else. And really these days there's cages around these machines all the way through. Specifically machines that have moving parts. I've worked beside machines, and sometimes when you're sitting beside it, and you're young and you're you have no idea what that thing can do to a human body. even a hand, because it just sits there and it just clink, 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 and it pushes out the widget at the end. Folded up if it's a bag, or rolled up if it's paper. But man, that is the deuce thing. Look here, to turn a tree into a roll of toilet paper, it's not some little easy process. It's not, a picnic on a nice fall day and a little hill of grass on a nice cushy blanket with no ants. That's not what industrial machines are. They're these huge metal, loud in some cases, pushing, steam powered, electric, pushing this thing. Just push. Reliably, which is part of the SRP, safely, reliably, and productively. You got to make money. Specifically in times like this, because right now manufacturing is huge. But what's going to happen is that, if we don't go in there and create a great philosophy like that, one that says, hey, I know we're going to have accidents. Let's just make our employees as safe as we can. Let's build a box around this damn machine and have them touch it very little. When they do, that son of a bitch has got to be locked out and tagged out. And if that shit is not working right, fix it or get a new machine. That's what it's about. Me having people put their hands inside of machines. Because machines, or anything inside the machines, because machines don't really give a shit. They don't give a shit, period. They don't know to care. Clunk, 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 clunk. They don't even really know what stop is in most cases. Although these days I've seen how they do that. I make these loud noises. I have a PTSD from machines. I worked around, had a very weird experience. I'll never talk about that experience because of the fact it's just too horrible. Okay? I'm alive. Didn't even get injured in any way. But I could have. Anyway. Shit. That's why I curse. Man, I think about that. Well, anyway, so today I'm getting to another industrial machine. This is part 3. My other bit. This is the traveling bit. I have to run to Little Rock this morning. Luckily, I have to be there at 8:30. Yay! In the traffic. That's gonna be so much fun. Yay! I get to go down 6:30. Ooh, I get to go down 6:30 this morning. But I think I'm going to take that other exit, because that other exit... See, there I go planning that stuff, huh? Take that other exit. Trying to plan ahead. Man, that driving in Little Rock is horrible. Indy City, of course, Little Rock is the largest one I go to. And, like Monroe is... I like Monroe. Louisiana, you can go down there. Of course, it is what it is. There's still going to be traffic in certain places, but not places I'm going to be. The main drag, when I say that, I mean the mall and the shopping centers and all that, It's easy to get to, man, come on. But the hospitals in Little Rock, you have to get down 6:30. 6:30 needs about 28 more lanes, or there needs to be a lot of people off of 6:30. They need to reroute that shit. Make a loop, a tighter loop. Shit. Ugh. Anyway, I gotta do that. So, I even stole the phrase from the same guy I'm talking about. One of my old friends that, he had this phrase. I was always in my little podcasts, and that's have fun, be safe. That's a great phrase, dealing with these machines. But living your life, man. It's a great thing. That's one of the last little parts to tie it all together, the safety thing. Out there dealing with all the things we have to do, whether it be traffic or machines or whatever else. We got to go into it with the right state of mind. The first thing that we talked about, a good state of mind. I'm cool right now. I talked about things. I compared to the safety of driving that vehicle, because really, the number one industrial accident, work-related accident, has to do with vehicle. It's car wrecks, vehicle wrecks. And, of course, I'm dealing with two things right now. One is an employee with an amputated finger and a car wreck. And I totaled out my truck. Wow. Right after I had him in the vehicle from his amputation to get it fixed. So, that's two major industrial type accidents that are going on, and they're right here on top of me. And it's kind of like my responsibility to help talk about those things, because, man, you got to be on your game out there. You got to be paying attention. You have to be looking out for each other. Looking out, man, because this is when you go up to the machine, because a lot of times you're not going to be right near the machines, you're going to be somewhere else. But when you go up there to those machines, watch out for your friends, your co-workers, because, man, it's not nice. It's not cool when we have injuries. Car wreck, we didn't have any injuries, luckily, or not any substantial long-term injuries. But when you start losing parts of your finger and such, it's horrible. And car wrecks are the leading cause of fatalities. We were lucky. Well, anyway, I'm signing off. Have fun. Be safe.